Hey you guys, it's Midnight here from the K-Pop Insider, and today I want to talk about Morning Musume. Now, I want to talk about whether or not the tensures in Morning Musume are getting longer and whether or not if that's a bad thing or not. I was inspired to talk about whether or not Morning Musume's member tenure are getting longer and if that's a good or bad thing. I want to thank another content creator by the name of Donnie for having this discussion because I was thinking about this since the Ryo Kitagawa and Sakura Oda scandal. Before I get into my thoughts on the topic, I want to give an idea of how I see the girls vocally. I will exclude the older gen and new gen being 17th gen. First, going into 15th gen, the first that I want to talk about is Ryo Kitagawa. I think that she could potentially be the next ace of Morning Musume if she doesn't leave due to her recent scandal. I think Hello Project needs to be careful how they handle the situation because that would be another singer lost. To me, Ryo reminds me of Mizuki when it comes to her voice. Next is Mei Yamazaki. I think alongside Rina, she could be better serving the group the way that Mazuki did, considering that they have the same vocal range. And next is Hamare Akamura. I think she's just like Mei and Rina, who will also serve just as Mazuki did in the group as well. However, one thing I will say about Hamura's voice is that she has a mixture between having a high-pitched voice and being nasally. I feel like her voice is more like Sayumi. Next is 16th gen and Ryo Sakurai. I also think that she has the potential to be an ace in the future as well. She reminds me of Haruna when it comes to her voice. However, Haruna did have a screechy tone when she sung. I don't want Hello Project to miss out on pushing Ryo since I think she has a great potential like they did with Haruna. When it comes to the current members' tensures, I don't think it's bad that their tensures are longer. However, the issue I have is whether or not they have impact to the group. Personally, Mizuki being the leader for so long and not doing anything impactful for the group is a huge problem. I understand that COVID played a huge part in her delay of graduating. However, she could have graduated in 2022 instead of late 2023. Furthermore, her staying in the group that long put a strain on Keita, who ended up leaving due to her allegedly having to compete with Mizuki for lines. If Mizuki was a good leader, she should have told the manager to let her take a back seat and let her juniors take the rope. Similarly, you have Arena as well, who has been spoken negatively about from Ryo Kitagawa. If what Ryo is saying about Arena is true, then Arena should have came out and explained the issue. In contrast, Kanon, who would have been a great leader since she brought so much publicity to Morning Musume through the promotion for Oh My Wish, which was a great song that Morning Musume hadn't had in a while, and it was a song that let the new generation shine, allowing Ayumi, Mizuki, Arena, and Ryo to have a backseat. This brings me to another issue is that the leadership position needs to change. The leadership position shouldn't be going to a member based solely off of their seniority, but whether they are capable of being in that position. For Anger Me to be a group from Hello Project Kids and their counterparts disbanding, Anger Me does a great job with this concept. I was surprised by the fact that Rizako didn't take leadership, but Kamiko did. However, I wasn't mad since Rizako was in the group for a long time and I don't think she could have added anything. Kamiko, on the other hand, she did amazing for the duration that she was a leader as expected. I will even take it a step further in saying that everyone who was leader in Anger Me, especially the OG Wada Ayaka herself, made Anger Me what it is. In conclusion, if Hello Project can't change the way that the group is structured, then there's no point in having a leadership position. And I don't know why they brought it back when Rina was getting ready to graduate, especially when the older members spoke out about how useless the sub-leader position was. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe and please hit that bell notification for more uploads from me. And do, put in the comments whether or not you agree with me and your, opinions down below. And please be respectful. Bye.